Hello, everybody. My name is Benny, and welcome to The Fool's Apprentice. So, doing the thumbnail was an adventure. I was trying to take a picture, as you saw, creating a tower, and I didn't put them from largest to smallest, and they toppled over, and I was annoyed. I was going to walk away in frustration, but I'm like, no, 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 don't be melodramatic, which I tend to do. So today is hashtag Saturday. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a hashtag done by the Waves of Your Soul. She did this 2 years ago. And then she ended up doing a part two because she got a whole bunch of new decks. So I thought that would actually be a really nice one because I think I have some really pretty decks. I think one of them might actually, a few of them might be surprising, but I'll talk about why they're my beautiful decks. And just as a side note, this shirt color, I did not coordinate it with my cloth that's on my desk. It was absolutely a coincidence, but it will tell you that this is a color I do like. Okay, let me turn the camera over one moment. Okay, guys, I'm back. Like I mentioned, this hashtag was done by Maureen over at the Waves of Your Soul uh, a few years ago. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually include her link to that video so you could see how and why she ended up doing this deck hashtag. And in fact, it wasn't even a hashtag when she first did it, but I think part two was a hashtag. But I really like the idea, so that's what I did. So my top 10 beautiful decks that I own starts with, I think it will be a surprise for a lot of people. It is the Somnia Tarot. I really love this deck. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It's a photo deck. It is done by Nicolas Bruno. It's just really beautiful. This dealt with some night terrors that he had growing up. And I'm thinking, wow, night terrors. And so this is still in order. I put it in order. I have used it, but I put it in order. But this is just a really, really beautiful deck. This is probably one of my favorite fools of all the decks that I have. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's one of my favorites. I just love the story that it tells, and I've mentioned this several times. I like this idea that this man is, for me, is like trying to run for his life. Like he was captured and he was able to get out of his binds, tied the rope to the chair, and then just jumped. And I'm thinking maybe from the second, third floor, just to run off and escape. And then this adventure of where he's going to go, where he's going to end up, because I'm sure he doesn't know where he's at. I know that's very the movies, the horror movies, but that's where my brain takes me. But I really, really, really like this photography. Oh, it's not in order. That's great. Okay. I just find it emotionally stimulating. It really brings up a lot of emotion for me. Some of it fear, some of it anxiety, some of it, and believe it or not, there's a few that might give me this sense of comfort, like when, like if you get an ant bite and it just irritates the hell out of you, and then you scratch it and it feels so much better, but it's this sense of discomfort that feels good. That's what this deck feels like to me. I just love how he depicts each and every card. I just think the use of colors and shadow and light just really, really allow you to go deep within and bring up things that, if you use it with shadow work, which I'm not very familiar with, it's something that I want to delve in. I ended up getting a deck to pair with this one, which I'll eventually end up sharing. But I think it really, really can open doors within that have been closed for quite some time. It's like, I'd say, a key to your inner world. But it's just stunning. And the effort that it must have taken to take each and every one of these photos is amazing to me. The dedication that he had to be able to do this. So that is the first deck. And I like the font. I like the borders. I just, they don't seem to get in the way, but this is an absolutely beautiful deck. Some people may not think so, but that's one thing I do like about beauty. It's very subjective. Everybody has their idea of what beauty is, and that one is for me. I think I'm pretty eclectic in what I consider beautiful, as you'll see with these decks. At least I think so. Okay, the Botan Tarot. I just got it about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. I can't believe I got this deck. I'm so excited. It's by Mayako M, the Botan Tarot. One thing I don't like is this ribbon, but I'm not getting rid of it because it's part of the package. Like even the little booklet, it's very simple, very simple. But I think this is just so pretty, I like that the book's in color. All right. I really I'm going to have a hard time. I'm going to have a hard time believing that somebody does not believe this is a beautiful deck, because this is literally one of the most beautiful decks I have ever seen. I love the backs. I think I would be hard pressed to find another back of a deck that I think is more beautiful than this. And I have some, but I just can't recall it right off the bat. But look at that. Look at that. It's just stunning. It's gilded. Gilding doesn't really matter to me, to be honest. But look at this. I love the use of colors. Even though the colors are not very rich, the way she uses color also brings about emotion, a sense of serenity and calm. I love the tones in this deck. I like when you lay them out, they're just so pretty. Look at that. How can you not think this is a beautiful deck? I love it. I love it. Let me see if I can get more of this bottom one in here. All right. But as you can see, it lays out and it's just so beautiful. I like that there's a balance between men and women in this deck. I like that the colors there's just a lot of color in this deck. She uses a great spectrum of color. Light and dark and red and blue, white, lavender. I like the images. I think the images themselves are very, very beautiful. I think they're extremely well drawn. I like even the wind or the cloud. No, that's the wind. It's just beautiful. Like, look at that. The red just pops out. It's just, I can't get enough of this deck. Oh my God. Okay. One of the prettiest cards in the whole deck. Literally one of the prettiest cards. Let's see. See, I love that we can go from, let's see, a very light color to a very dark and rich color. And when you lay this out, it's just so dynamic. Oh my God, look at that. That's another card that's so stunning. It feels very delicate. I mixed them up. I'm sure as long as they're not upside down, that's all I care about. So the Botan Tarot, love it. That is another deck. This is a deck that will always, 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 always stay in my collection. I do wish I had the blue instead of the gold gilding. Now, some of you may know this. Oh, look at that. Come on. See, one day I'm going to lose this ribbon. I know it. I know it. So, some of you may recognize this deck just by its cloth. This is Elizabeth on Earth. It's an Etsy indie deck, or an indie deck that you can find on Etsy. It comes with the string, which I thought was really cute. It matches very nicely. And then you get this beautiful, rich purple cloth. And I don't remember how many cards are in here, but it's a lot, guys. You get a ton of cards. I think it's like 70 to 80 cards, maybe more. The backs aren't necessarily anything special. They're nothing to write home about. But, you know, it goes with the aesthetic of the deck. There is no guidebook with this deck. It's a very intuitive reader. You know, I like that you can read the description or the keywords pretty easily, and it doesn't take away from the image. But I just love how this feels. This feels very calming, very dreamlike. And then she has several cards. I think this is a card that there's 3 of them. The mother, I was a different person then. And I love that this dress is made out of leaves and goes all the way up to the top. And again, this also has very light and dark cards. So when it lays out browns, rich burgundies. So when it lays down is in a spread, it's really, really beautiful. A lot of landscape in this deck. Lots of animals. Speaking of animals, I love this ostrich. Just like, hello, who's there? Or like, hey, can you see me? Is my mom in the audience? Oh my God. And if you'll notice, where the keywords are, the colors are very different based on the actual card, which, you know, I like as well. I haven't used this deck as much as I think when I first got it, I used it quite a bit because I was just fascinated. I like the cardstock. It's not too slippery. I wouldn't say it's linen. I actually don't know what it is. At least I don't recall. Dryad. I had to look up what dryad meant, and I don't remember what it means. So there's a few things in here like I would have to look up like that. I love that her arms turn into branches here. Very, very, very beautiful deck. Oh, there's that girl with the red dress that was being pulled up by the moon with her back arched back. So that's another one. So you'll get cards like that have like 2 or 3. Like Home Away, it has the one. I think there's 3 of these that have different meanings for people. There's more animals. So really, oh God, look at that. So really, really a stunning. Here's the other one. Stunning deck. This is a deck that I highly recommend. Now, you know, I really like, as a man, I like decks that are balanced with feminine, masculine energy. But this is one of those decks that the real strong feminine energy that is within it, I don't find bothersome in the least. And then what you do is just wrap it up like that. Do the twine. And it's just really simple. Oh, I don't want to get a knot. And voila. So my next deck is an oracle deck as well. Now, let me tell you, I love flowers. I love flowers. I have flowers all over my home. I used to buy fresh flowers, and that became very expensive, but I have these artificial flowers that look real. And so I love them. And I switch them out based on the season. But look at this. I love the box. Look at the inside. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. She really did a great job with this box. Love it. And the backs on these are really nice. I wish it was maybe a darker color, but can't go wrong. But look how stunning this deck is. It gives you the name of the flower and a keyword. So this is the Perigold, and it's creativity. And so I use this during the spring more than any other part of the year. But unlike the Elizabeth on Earth, these colors are a lot more, they pop a lot more. And they feel very collagey sometimes, like this one. So it's a really, really great deck to play with. I pair this with a couple of tarot decks. Don't ask me which ones, because I don't remember right now, because I haven't used it since last year. But I just think it's really beautiful. I like all the different... Now, y'all know I don't like sunflowers. Someone commented me on one of my videos saying, Benny, what did sunflowers do to you? And I'll tell you, sunflowers didn't do anything to me. I just don't think they're pretty. I don't like the stalk. I don't like the leaves. I don't like this brown center. I just don't think they're pretty flowers. You know, and I don't have any particular reason not to like that, other than for my eye, it just doesn't do anything for me. But this is, again, stunning. Love it. Definitely a beautiful deck. This is another one I would highly recommend. It is called Flower Medicine Oracle Deck by Kathy Nichols. She has another, I think she has another deck, but I can't recall what it is. And it comes with this color guide. So like for brown, it means reliable and honest. Black is powerful and sophisticated. You know, that's color psychology, because color actually has a science behind it and what emotions come up. Now, what's very appropriate for fall, which is a very, very, very beautiful deck, is the Oak, Ash and Thorn by Stephanie Burrows and Adam Oiliers. Even the box is really, really pretty. I like how it's embossed. I don't have any of her other decks. I was very tempted to get the Oracle deck, which I still may get. But this is a beautiful deck. I love this fool. Still not my favorite fool, but this fool is so beautiful. You know, she is, I'm assuming it's a she. She is, you know, a newborn. She is very vulnerable. She has her whole life ahead of her. I like that the knapsack is here with a staff. That's supposed to represent the little dog. Just very, very, very nicely done. The magician. So I love the detail in this deck. I like the use of color, which is so very different from the other ones. This is very fall. Has a lot of dark, a lot of brown colors. And which highlights when she goes light, the lightness really pops, like the stars and this earth, like the reflective light here. Those pop out because of how she uses dark colors. And even though she's using a lot of dark colors, you can very clearly see all the detail within the card. Okay, this is one thing that I like. Like looking at this card, the fact that she has these baby bunnies makes me feel good on the inside. It makes me feel like, it makes me go, oh, you know, it's so cute. And that in itself is a very beautiful feeling for me. That is also a reason that this deck is, for me, a very, very beautiful deck. So, and this is a very popular deck. There are walkthroughs through for this deck forever on YouTube, so I don't think I'll ever do a walkthrough of this deck. I may show how I use the deck, but I don't think a walkthrough is necessary because so many people have done it already. Another new deck to my collection. I got this maybe 3 months ago. The Lubanco Tarot. Oh my gosh. This is by E. Lubanco. There was an opportunity for me to get this deck, but I was so disturbed by 2 cards, I did not get it. And I mentioned this through my walkthrough. But I love the style of this artwork. I love like all of these, I like them because of how they use imagery and colors. This one's no different. And if you've noticed, they all have a different way of how they use color for contrast. And I think the black borders really, give you a strong feel of the cards, which are kind of very dark for me. This is I think this would be a good shadow deck. I like this Fool. I like the concept of, he's walking off the edge, but he's going to be fine. He's going to be taken care of. And the cards that really, really bother me, look at it. This is literally one of the most stunning empresses I have seen on a tarot deck. I like the skin tone. I like that this is a very diverse card. I like that it's not only about the earth, but that she has a child with her. She's not necessarily pregnant. Very Mother Earth, very like a mom. I love it. The Emperor, this Emperor, like if he says something, I'm going to do it. No questions asked. Very, very powerful. Okay, this is a card that really, really bothered me a lot. I found it almost disturbing. And so I passed on the deck, right? And then I regretted passing on the deck because I had such a visceral reaction to it that I thought, well, maybe that's the purpose for this card in this deck. And there's a second deck, another card, the Devil. I find this one very disturbing too. Oh my God, why does it have to be so sexualized? But it really does feel very much like a devil card in a very raw and just like powerful way that it makes absolute sense if you look at the whole deck why it is like this. But I like that the colors are so bold and so diverse. Like there's a light blue and a pink and a light green and a black and a fuchsia, orange. Like she uses the rainbow in this. And then the colors themselves, okay, this is I think this is my favorite Ten of Wands of all time. I mean, this is amazing, this concept. Like this feels like a burden. This feels like perseverance, resiliency. I mean, I love it. For him, it's like a matter of life or death. But this is another really beautiful one and a very, it gives me similar, but not completely feelings as the Somnia. So evidently this could also be a shadow deck. All right. Even the box is beautiful. I mean, that's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So I think those have all been indie decks, right? Up to this point. Let me check. Yeah. So I have a mass market deck. You see, it's beautiful. I like the fact that I have a mass market deck that I think is beautiful in my top 10. This is in my top 3 of favorite Oracle decks. Actually, I did a video of my top 5 that I would save from a flood. This one is up there. When I first got it, the book, I mean, book is great. I just wish I had colored pictures, but these look like paintings to me. Like if I went to a museum, this is, I think, what I would see on the walls. And the keywords are phenomenal. And the borders don't bother me at all. If I wanted to, I could cut the right where the, no, I wouldn't. I would cut outside the line, and then I would trim it underneath a little bit if I wanted it smaller. But no. Look how beautiful and vibrant these colors are. This is a deck that I think anybody could use. See, this is a very calming. I just changed my voice. This is a very calming card. This deck really brings up a very calm and meditative feeling to me. It really calms my mind. It slows it down quite a bit. It's like I'm sitting on my porch, swinging on my rocker, drinking some iced tea, and just looking out at the world. And this also, I love the little rainbows. And I like you'll go from these dark ones, and then all of a sudden you get this pop of energy. Another stunning, some surrealism, just really, really, really beautiful. It feels like you're looking out a window. That's another thing that, right? Like if you were standing in your home looking out, this is what you would see. Wouldn't that be lovely if that were really true? So, another beautiful deck. Now, I sat with this for a second. Didn't take me very long, to be honest. And I'm like, is this a beautiful deck? It is a beautiful deck. Excuse me, guys. I love the backs. Really, really pretty backs. And what's interesting about this deck is that it's very monochromatic. Really soft tones. I don't even think that there's any color out. I think the most vibrant color she has is white. It's not even white, cream, yeah? I think it's like shades of white to black, brown. That's it. And this is a very beautiful deck. The images are just amazing. And this just goes to show you, or at least for me, is that decks don't have to have a rainbow of colors for them to be beautiful. Like, this is a stunning deck. In fact, I bet I could even do a video on stunning decks compared to beautiful decks. And you know what? This might actually be a stunning deck, maybe more than a beautiful deck. But as of right now, this is a beautiful deck. I like that idea, stunning versus beautiful. Look at that world. This is so cute. So, yeah, look at this queen. Gosh, she may be old, but she is beautiful. And I hope at her age I have flowing hair like that. Yeah, beautiful, beautiful. Nice gilding. I was lucky to get this one as well. And, okay, this is the only deck that I have a backup of. They had some left that they were selling in the last couple of months, and she would just put them up there for sale in little batches. And I just went, to see if she still had any, and boom, it was there. And I wasn't really stressed about getting one because I already had one, but I'm glad I got a backup. Into the Lonely Woods. Oh my gosh. Lucy Cavendish really outdid herself with this deck. Another deck that most people use during the fall. Now, this back rivals the Botan Tarot, in my opinion. I love how this, again, flowers, I love them. with the moth. I just love it. Oh gosh, look at this. I'm going to bring this out. I'm going to use it this week. You know, it just gives you, like, the card is the sadness of letting go. And I can feel that. The colors, the image, it just gives you that sense of, you know, having to stop holding on to something that just doesn't serve you anymore. Look at that. And yet the path grows lighter. I like the richness of the blues. And one thing I really like about this deck is that even though, like, there are different tones of blue just within this little section, but if you look at the whole card, there is a broad range of blue that happens in this card. And the same can be said for the browns and the greens. I think that's one of its strengths. This is stunning. Drink from your own well, water your own garden. That's a great card for self-care. Love it. I mean, look at these very contrasting feelings for me. And look how she uses the blues throughout, and then look at how she uses green on the card on the left. Extremely, extremely well done. This is a deck that I highly recommend for anybody. This is a really good journal deck. You know, pull a card and then journal on it. Our shadows are beautiful. Oh my God, can you imagine pulling a card from the Somnia Tarot? Oh my God. Would they work as a pair? Okay, guys. Give me a second. Let me see what that looks like. This is very impromptu. I just want to see if it actually works. Let me see. Oh my God, I shouldn't be doing this because it's not that kind of. I think it works. Oh, I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit to see if this really does work. I think it works. Ooh, I'm gonna have to play with that. Okay, totally off topic. All right, let me put it back. Oh my God, Ben, what are you doing? All right, so this is a beautiful, beautiful deck. Again, highly recommend. I think you'll get a lot more out of it than you expect. Love the book. I wish these were all color. I like that the pages are off white. That I do like a lot. Why am I keeping this? I don't know. Okay, we're down to the last one, guys. Another fall deck, really. Theodor Pavlos Tarot. I mean, come on. No, I don't think anybody's going to challenge me on this being a beautiful deck. The box is even beautiful. The book, it's one of my favorite books. Probably my top 3 books, like just aesthetically speaking. But even the material, the contents are well written. Lets you know why the images were depicted the way they were depicted. So, great book. Oh, I love these cards. Oh my God. I love these cards. I like that, again, off-white. I like the tones in these. Look, I love the richness of the colors, even though they're muted. I love these backs. They're simple, but I love them. Oh, I love that 5. And again, just like which one is it? Where is it at? Okay. Now, even though this has a little bit more color, it really, yokai yochi, I'm never going to memorize that. You don't need a lot of color to see how a deck could be really, really beautiful. What really makes this beautiful for me is the actual images. I like the artwork. I like his art style. I like that he painted each one of these. Isn't that amazing? I mean, I mean, there isn't anything I don't like about this deck. Like, look at the sun. I love it. And you know what? The sunflowers don't really bother me in this deck. A woman of color. This is very gender fluid. So that's another thing about this deck that I think is really beautiful, is that it has a wide range of representation. I mean, a wide range. This is one of my favorite moons of all time. How beautiful is that? Oh, and there he is. I love that he put himself in this. Okay, guys. Let me turn the camera around, and I'll have some parting thoughts. And do I really need to put this up to turn the camera around? No, but I want to. All right. One moment, please. Okay, guys. So those were my most beautiful decks. And I'm getting some more decks coming in. I don't think they'll really replace any of these. At least I don't think so. But, you know, I love all of these. I think they're very, very different from one another. I think they really bring up different feelings, but kind of feelings that overlap as well. But I'd be interested to know if any of these would be in your top 10 most beautiful decks that you own. Or maybe a deck that you saw that you didn't really even see before, which I think you should have probably seen all of these, maybe one or two, maybe not. But until next time, which is next Saturday, for hashtag Saturdays, have a good day. Bye.